Yeah, what's poppin', people? It's your boy Donny Goines, and I'm representing with PowerDVD.net, one of the hottest websites in the motherfucking internet. You already know what it is. Right now, honestly, like I'm working on my debut album titled Minute After Midnight. I got Donny Goines executive producing the album. If y'all don't know who that is, he executive produced DMX's first album. Last year he had the big Spender single with Freeway, Jay-Z, all kind of shit. He's a legend. I got like a lot of people on that: Kwame, Ron Brown, Static Selector. It's an all-star cast with that one, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm focused on right now. Some of my side projects, what I'm doing, I do something called Bars, which is a weekly video series that I put out via the internet. And essentially what it is, it pairs myself up with other artists in the city, and we're just rapping, you know what I'm saying? It's something different, brings a live element to it. I've already featured everybody from Mickey Fax, my boy AC, Nina B, Shot Stimuli, Torre, on the Phil Skyzoo today. So, you know, we get to them with that. I'm also a blogger on a lot of sites. You know, I have my own weekly, one of my best blogs is ballerstatus.com. I have a weekly blog called Hustle Harder, where basically I give advice to other aspiring artists, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, and it's in the memory of my good friend Disco D, you know what I'm saying? He was the dude that produced Ski Mask Way for 50 Cent on the Mask album. Tragically he committed suicide, but you know, like I said, I keep his name and legacy alive.
What would you say the two hardest things that you face every day in dealing with this hip hop industry?
Lack of money and dick riders. You know what I'm saying? For one, you know, when you're an independent artist such as myself, it's very hard to really, you know, get things situated, like as far as like studio time and travel expenses, you know, so on and so forth. And it's very hard. So I have a difficult time sometimes establishing, you know, certain things because I don't have the money. And another problem is, you know, I go against the grain. I don't follow what's popular. So at the end of the day, I have an even harder time already building my buzz, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of times these people pay for radio promotion, they pay to get their records out, etc., so on and so forth. So, you know, in New York, I mean, a lot of dudes, like, they basically don't want South in New York, man. Like, when I hear dudes, I don't even know where they from, you know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy to me, because it's like, if you from New York, you supposed to sound like you from New York, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, and it's like, to every region its own. When I listen to Ice Cube or fucking Game, I'm here in LA. When I'm listening to Rick Ross, I'm listening to Miami. When I'm listening to ATL, like Outkast, it's ATL. Right. So, you know, I expect a New York artist to sound like a New York artist, and that's my biggest gripe. Wait, one more though, I forget. No unity. There's no unity in New York. You know what I'm saying? Very, very difficult. And it's like, that's why I'm doing the thing Bars, because I'm unifying people. You know, essentially that's my biggest agenda with that. And what I think about showcases, in all honesty, is that, you know, there's pros and cons to everything. At the end of the day, a person like myself, I wouldn't pay for a showcase. Like, they would pay me for a showcase. You understand? Because my buzz is really huge right now. And it's a benefit because when I come to a show, I'm bringing X amount of people without selling any ticket. If mutual on both ends, then it makes sense. Like, that's another point too. You can't, you know, for aspiring artists, I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. Y'all can't go to somebody that's already established and you have nothing and expect them to do something for you. I mean, what is the incentive for them? Why should they have you in their showcase? Come to the table with something. You know what I mean? Like, don't be bitching and whining because, like, oh, they trying to charge me, da da da. If you ain't doing shit, what the fuck you expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So, yeah, works both ways. 3 things that I feel that can hurt you: bad relationships. Let's start with that one. If you don't establish good relationships and good rapport with people, you're going to sink. You're going to sink quickly. Your career is never going to take off, because at the end of the day, this business is all about relationships, and you have to be very, how can I explain it, professional. And even like, I don't mean that you go speak to somebody with a suit and tie on. What I'm saying is, when you address people, you speak to them in a certain kind of manner and you give them the respect that they deserve. You know, all that aggressive, yo, I'm the hottest rapper, nobody want to hear that shit. Like, get that shit out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just be real about it. Be pleasant, you know. Even myself personally, like, I approach people all the time and I'm like, you know, my name is Donny, I'm an aspiring artist, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of me, you know what I mean? And I'm very humble. It doesn't matter who you is. You could be an internet site that has 2 people, or you could be a magazine that carries 2 million readers. At the end of the day, you have to be polite. That's one thing. Another thing I feel like that can really mess you up is following trends and following other people. You don't want to be a follower. Like, I don't care what anybody says, like, don't follow. Be your own person at the end of the day. Like, so what? Everybody uses auto-tune. don't use auto-tune. Like, so what? Everybody has a dance with their records. Don't dance. If that's something that you're not comfortable with, don't do it, because it's transparent and people can see, and they're gonna see you as a fraud, and you're not gonna have an audience, you know. And the third thing, let me see, what's one of the worst things that could hurt you? I guess not being professional. And when I say that, it goes in every aspect of this business. When you set up time for an interview, make sure you're on time. When you're at a studio, don't bring all your friends there. You're there to work. When you go to a networking event, make sure you have professional CDs pressed up and professional contact information. Make sure your website looks professional and appropriate. You know, a lot of people, they really don't pay attention to these things, but trust me, they add up, and a lot of people recognize these things. So those are just off the top of my head 3 things that I would definitely suggest you steer clear of. I'm in the class all by myself, you niggas absent, so happen that I'm a reminder of what is lacking. Back when B-boys were known for doing those backspins, passion, not of the Christ, but of the rapping. I can give to the public whatever wanted, abundance, that's why the hunters, fuck underground, it's the dungeon, there's no need for introduction. My function simple when playing, rebirth after destruction, I'm turning ripples to waves, living difficult days where music is unevolving, their hands in the honey jars, blinded by money cars, women and jewelry, but the truth is the hungry starve. So why should I dumb it down? Cause that's what you dummies are. Nigga, please, my simile so vividly describe all the rhythm he trapped within the enemy. So you people know when I rap, it's perfect symmetry and all the stars align. The track producers get at me. Donny Goines, I'm out of here.